Well, greetings. Good day, everyone. I'm here at Forest Lawn Memorial Park in Hollywood Hills, in Los Angeles County. Let's talk about the life and career of Staff Sergeant Fred Otash, who's a World War II Marine veteran. He has a name that's used to strike both intrigue and fear in the hearts of actors and film producers and anybody who was influential in Hollywood. He was known as the Hollywood Fixer. He was the most infamous of private detectives. He was interviewed numerous times in the media, including in 1957. Mike Wallace, who's Chris Wallace's father. Mike Wallace interviewed him, and you can view that online. Fred really knew his stuff. He knew how to spy. His specialization, I understand, in the Marines during World War II was intel. And so he carried that into civilian life. He actually became a Los Angeles police officer. He was assigned to Vice, the Vice Squad. He tells a story about how he and his crew used to catch perverts who were molesting children in public. Tells one story of how he had holes in the wall of the men's room in a public park, and they had holes in the wall of the women's bathroom where female police officers would spy. They were spying in order to catch perverts, and when they caught them, they busted them. Now, that was only one of the least wild things that he did. He was the youngest of 6 children born to Lebanese immigrants. He was born in Essex County, Massachusetts, but when he came over here after the war, like I say, he became a police officer, worked Vice Squad, and then I don't remember what happened. I think he was either fired or he quit. So he went to work for Hollywood Research Incorporated, which ran a tabloid magazine called Confidential. And he spied on and gathered information on many actors and stars. He planted listening devices, recording devices in their homes. He actually caught President John Kennedy and Bobby Kennedy having sex with Marilyn Monroe. He got it on tape, believe it or not. That was him. Speaking of that, Fred Otash knew what happened to Marilyn long before anyone else did, because with his recording device, he recorded her being suffocated by Bobby Kennedy, and then she was found with drugs in her system. And well, the Marilyn Monroe case it was murder. It was clearly murder. Fred never wanted to publicly say it was murder. Publicly, he said it was an accidental overdose, but I don't think he was being forthright, because the whole thing involved the president and involved higher powers in the United States. And, he was a risk taker, but he didn't want to take that kind of a risk. So he caught James Dean shoplifting when he was a young actor at the Hollywood Ranch Market, and he actually let him go. He said, "You better not do it again. Straighten up." He caught intel on Rock Hudson before Rock Hudson was outed as being gay. So he was called the Fixer. He gathered information on Lana Turner, Errol Flynn, Frank Sinatra, Betty Davis. He even spied on Democrats for Howard Hughes, who was a Republican. This guy did whatever he had to do for money, and I understand he made a pretty good bankroll. But if you've ever seen the movie Chinatown, starring Jack Nicholson as Detective Jack Geddes, Jake Geddes is a character partially based on Fred Otash. Also, Russell Crowe has a character in LA Confidential. Russell Crowe's character in LA Confidential is based partly on Fred Otash. There's a book about him that was written and published by his daughter, Colleen Otash. It was the only child he ever had. And she released his memoirs, and the book is called The Fixer, Moguls, Mobsters, Movie Stars, and Marilyn. It was published in 2024, so it's pretty recent. And it basically doesn't, I don't think it says anything that people didn't already know about Fred Otash, but it just makes it obvious in public. So this right here is where he's buried. He died October 5th, 1992 at the age of 70. He was a heavy smoker. I understand he smoked 4 packs of cigarettes a day. He drank scotch. Part of the World War II generation, a lot of that generation just went up in smoke. I mean, so many people smoked of that generation. People still smoke, but far fewer percentage-wise. So, yeah, he didn't live beyond 70. And he died in West Hollywood, and here's his remains. So this is the great and very astute and sly Fred Otash, who inspired movie characters. So I'll put a link or two in the description, link to this book, and anything else I can find. So this is him, this is Fred.